Hi, everyone. Thank you for staying with us here on KREM 2 News at 5 o'clock. I'm Whitney Ward. Mark is off tonight. We begin now tracking two major stories at the top of this hour. Right now, dangerous heat expected to blanket the inland Northwest. First, though, KREM 2 News is learning more details about Spokane's now former city administrator and sexual harassment allegations against him. Just 4 hours ago, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward addressed those accusations in a press conference, which led to his being placed on leave. KREM 2's Shannon Moudy was there and breaks down what we have learned so far. Shannon.
Mayor Nadine Woodward didn't give out a lot of specific details, but we did learn some of what Johnny Perkins was accused of doing, which led to the investigation and his being put on leave.
This is about our employees, the concerns they raised, and the expectation that those concerns would be taken seriously.
Speaking publicly about allegations against Johnny Perkins for the first time, Mayor Nadine Woodward didn't mince words, but didn't give much detail either, saying she'd let an HR report speak for itself.
The evidence detailed in the report, the HR report, is unacceptable.
KREM 2 News has put in a public records request for those documents, but have yet to get them. Woodward did elaborate on what led to Perkins being put on leave in late June, after city employees came forward with concerns.
Those concerns rose from intimate details shared by the former city administrator with employees about a relationship he was involved in.
Woodward says Perkins shared those details at work and in phone calls after hours. An HR investigation did find evidence he'd violated a city sexual harassment policy. HR spoke with several employees during its investigation, but not Perkins.
We have made every attempt to involve the former city administrator in the inquiry, in the investigation, several attempts. We closed without having that opportunity.
Perkins resigned late Thursday, citing health issues in a letter provided by his attorney. That closed the city's investigation. Perkins and his attorney declined to speak with KREM 2 News, saying they were waiting for a copy of the report. But Perkins has categorically denied the city's allegations. Garrett Jones, the city's Parks and Recreation Director, will stay interim city administrator through the end of the year. Shannon Moudy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much. And we continue with team coverage now as dangerous heat is expected to blanket the inland Northwest this weekend. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun is in the park right now, actually talking with city officials and first responders as they are preparing for this weekend. First, though, we check in with our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, Whitney. It's one of those ones where I'm still wondering why Nathan hasn't jumped in that splash pad just yet.
Good question.
Yeah, if it's 90 degrees and it were me, I would be diving in that thing. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and zoom in to the closest. Stick with me here for a second. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop this up. We're going to say it's 90 in Spokane, but that's at the airport. I'm zooming into the closest weather station to Nathan right now, and it is 92 degrees where he currently stands. So, Nathan, that's quite sweltering, especially if you're in that direct sunlight. Going to be even warmer tomorrow. Temperatures soar into the mid-90s and up into the triple digits. We have heat advisories in effect Saturday and Sunday across much of the inland Northwest for the excessive heat. When it comes to those temps, I got the order right this time. Triple digits across central Washington and down in the Lewis and Clark Valley, mid-90s in eastern Washington and North Idaho on Saturday. Sunday's looking pretty good. Looks a little bit cooler in places like, say Leavenworth, Wenatchee, Chelan, Omak, and Yakima. But it stays nice and hot, especially in eastern Washington and North Idaho. And those temperatures are hot enough that we are concerned about the impacts on health. We get a big cool down on Monday, but notice it says windy. We're not only hot, we're not only dry, but we are also going to be windy starting late Sunday through Monday and likely into early Tuesday. And that equates to high fire danger across the region. We already have fire weather watches in place.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. And as he just mentioned, the weather is expected to get even hotter over the weekend, which means it's dangerous to spend an extended period of time outside. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun is live in downtown Spokane right now. So Nathan, what do we know about the city's plans to make sure that people can stay safe in all this heat?
Well, Whitney, I think Jeremy said something about it being more than 90 degrees. It does feel like that, and it's going to stay that way this whole weekend. I had a chance to speak with the city about some ways you can stay cool.
People are getting ready for the hottest day of the year.
so hot, some are running through water in their clothes.
We're just cooling off for the summer.
David Lugville said he accidentally wore black, so he knew what he had to do.
It was delightful. I highly recommend, get on down here, run through the water. The kids know what's going on.
The city of Spokane is preparing for the heat. They're opening 6 library locations as cooling centers for anyone in need of a place to stay cool. These include the Central, Shadle Park, Liberty Park, Hilliard, South Hill, and Indian Trail libraries.
We want to be available to help citizens who are vulnerable, our homeless population.
The Trent Avenue shelter will also open to the public and have water and snacks. If you need help getting to these locations, the Spokane Transit Authority will get you there for free.
But anyone who comes here and visits and is just walking the streets and cruising around, we want to make these resources available to anyone.
If you think you're suffering from heat exhaustion, get to a cool, air-conditioned place, drink water, or take a cold shower.
Definitely important to stay hydrated. Hydration starts the day before.
Spokane Fire Chief Brian Schaefer says to watch out for signs of heat exhaustion. These include feeling faint, dizzy, or nausea.
We're also part of the city, so you'll see us out on the street. We do have water. We are available to stop and help, and we check on people frequently.
Others hope they just stay safe and enjoy the hot weather.
We came to find the water, and we find that if you just get a little bit wet, then you can stay cool, and it helps.
Now I'm told the fountain here at Riverfront Park is going to stay open until about 8 p.m. I'm very tempted to go run through it. We'll see if that will happen or not. So for now, live in Spokane, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
Pictures and videos so we can capture that and let everyone know.